In my written diagnosis, I was diagnosed with both depersonalization derealization disorder and bipolar disorder. What depersonalization derealization DPDR disorder feels like when combined with bipolar disorder. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to explore a psychological experience that very few people understand and even fewer can imagine living with every day. We're talking about what it feels like when depersonalization, derealization disorder, and bipolar disorder collide inside the same mind. Either condition is challenging on its own. DPDR makes you feel disconnected from yourself and reality. Bipolar disorder pulls your mood into extreme highs and lows, but when they occur together, the result can feel like living both outside your life and inside a storm at the same time. Today I want to take you inside that experience, emotionally, psychologically, and humanly. Understanding the two disorders. Let's start with the basics. Depersonalization, derealization, DPDR is not about hallucinations or delusions. It's about detachment. It feels like watching your life from outside your body, living behind a glass wall, being disconnected from your emotions, feeling like the world is dreamlike or unreal, feeling robotic, distant, or empty. People with DPDR know reality is real, but they don't feel connected to it. Bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder creates dramatic mood shifts between depression, mania, hypomania, and sometimes rapid cycling. These mood states change energy, thoughts, behaviors, and self-control. Each disorder affects perception. Each affects emotion, but together they magnify each other in powerful, confusing ways. Emotional disconnect, DPDR during bipolar depression. Depression already brings feelings of emptiness, numbness, and hopelessness. Add DPDR on top and the numbness becomes disconnection. People describe it as, I'm here but I'm not here. Emotions feel muted, far away, or missing. I feel like I'm acting instead of living. My reflection looks like a stranger. A person may feel like a ghost inside their own life. Bipolar depression says, I can't feel joy, I can't feel hope. DPDR says, I can't even feel myself. This combination makes daily life feel like walking through fog with no internal compass. The surreal chaos, DPDR during mania or hypomania. Mania changes everything. Energy surges, thoughts race, confidence spikes, emotions intensify. But when DPDR mixes with mania, it creates something surreal and disorienting. People may feel like they're watching themselves make impulsive decisions, disconnected from their racing thoughts as if observing them. Emotionally detached but physically agitated, unreal, dreamlike, sped up, or floating. Like the body and brain are moving at different speeds. It's like the mind is on fast forward while the sense of self is unplugged. Imagine being hyperactive, energetic, or euphoric, yet still detached from reality. It feels both powerful and frightening. Derealization. The world loses its texture. Derealization affects perception of the external world. People describe the world as flat, fake, foggy, distant, dreamlike, dim, or overly bright, visually strange or distorted. And combined with bipolar disorder, derealization gets intensified by mood swings. During depression, everything looks washed out. Nothing feels meaningful. The world feels like a movie set. During mania, the world feels unreal but overwhelming. Too sharp, too loud, too fast. Every sensation becomes exaggerated yet disconnected. It's like living in a fever dream. The identity crisis. DPDR attacks a person's sense of identity. Bipolar disorder destabilizes identity through mood changes. Together they create a profound struggle with self-understanding. People may think, who am I today? The depressed me, the manic me, or the detached me? I don't trust my feelings, they change too fast. I don't feel like myself, and I don't even know who myself is. My memories feel distant, almost unreal. Mania gives a temporary identity. Depression steals identity away, and DPDR makes identity feel like an illusion. This can lead to enormous emotional exhaustion, the cognitive fog, and overthinking. DPDR often comes with obsessive thinking, checking reality, rumination, fear of going crazy, constant self-monitoring. Bipolar disorder also brings racing thoughts, slowed thoughts during depression, impulsivity during mania, concentration problems. Together they create a mental war. DPDR says, is this real? Am I real? Bipolar says, we're going to think 500 thoughts at once. person gets trapped in loops of fear, analysis, and detachment, especially during mood episodes. Fear of losing control. One of the most painful aspects of DPDR combined with bipolar disorder is the fear that something catastrophic is happening to the mind. People often fear losing their identity, losing touch with reality, getting stuck in detachment forever, spiraling into mania, sinking into depression they can't escape. It becomes a constant battle between the fear of not being real and the fear of losing control of reality. This fear alone can trigger more DPDR, more anxiety, and sometimes even more mood instability. Daily life feels like balancing on a wire. Everything becomes more fragile. Relationships, it's hard to connect with people when you don't fully present or feel like yourself. Changes with every mood shift. Work and responsibilities, detached thinking, mood swings, and cognitive fog makes consistency difficult. Sleep, bipolar disorder disrupts sleep cycles. DPDR thrives on sleep deprivation. Together they make nights unpredictable and days disorienting. Self-care. People may feel too unreal, too depressed, too manic, or too detached to take care of themselves. Even simple tasks, showering, cooking, answering a text, can feel surreal or overwhelming. Hidden strength behind the struggle. Despite how terrifying and isolating this combination is, people who live with both DPDR and bipolar disorder often possess incredible levels of resilience, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, introspection, creativity, strength, and crisis. They learn to navigate daily life with symptoms most people cannot imagine. They try to stay stable in a world that often feels unreal and in a mind that sometimes feels unpredictable. That is courage. Conclusion. Understanding brings compassion. DPDR and bipolar disorder together do not mean someone is broken or weak. It means they are experiencing a disorder with perception, combined with a disorder with mood, combined with a disorder of self-connection. It is not a failure, it is a neurological and psychological challenge. People living with this combination deserve patience, understanding, compassion, stability, support, not judgment or fear. The more we understand what this experience feels like, the more we can support the people who are fighting this invisible battle every day. Thank you. I was diagnosed in my official report with depersonalization, derealization disorder, DPDR, and bipolar disorder. So I have both of these conditions.